Hello, and welcome to our talk about how conversational AI is modernizing the customer experience in a 230-year-old company and how we succeeded in 2 months. So, once upon a time, it was 1792, and the King of Denmark, Christian VII, he signed a royal decree to establish the insurance company Almindelig Brand, with the purpose to offer fire insurance for property outside of the Copenhagen area. Today, we are still an insurance company and also one of the biggest in Denmark. The insurance business has not changed significantly during those 230 years, and we are no exception. Our customers consider us the traditional ones and the stable and also the conservative ones, and we are proud of that. Fast forward to 2022, the exception of us to be the traditional ones has started to change. It's not a secret that we in Almindelig Brand for 230 years hasn't been first movers or the most innovative when it comes to how we interact with our customers. We are still visiting our clients in their home, and they are always able to reach us by telephone, unlike many other companies who's no longer offering these services. But a few years back, we began the digital transformation, and that was not just a digital transformation, but also an agile transformation. That means that we shifted gears in the way we develop and deliver our digital solutions. What does that mean? Well, it means that we went from a more traditional development approach where you start writing long requirement specifications, trying to predict how our customers would use our solutions, and we have now turned everything upside down. The goal is still to put the customers first in everything we do, but instead of only talking about it, we walked the talk and went all in working agile. But before I continue, I'd like you all to meet the fourth member of the crew today. Here she is. Meet our Chatbot Alberta. She was born last summer. She has 1,200 intents and can answer everything from opening hours, digital harassment and GDPR to extreme sports, travel insurance and veteran cars. She's animated and she uses emojis and speaks the language of the customer. In the beginning, she could be a little rude unintentionally, but we have now taught her to behave nice even when angry customers curse and swear at her. Some fun facts are that her name, it's a contraction of Almindelig Brand and robot. She also has an older brother, Albert, who's our internal chatbot. She's a very fast lady, and most conversations she solves in less than 1 minute, and 30% of her conversations happen outside of our normal opening hours. Okay, so back to the story. We knew that helping our customers with conversational AI would require an MVP approach. MVP is a minimum viable product, and it means that you release a version with just enough features to be usable by customers who can then provide feedback for future iterations. With the old approach, it would take a very long time adding content for a whole year of insurance events. But as mentioned, this time we wanted to do things differently, so that's what we did. In June 2021, we went live with our chatbot Alberta. She was launched with very little content on our corporate main website, which is visited 1,500 times a day. And why is that genius? Well, because with that many visits per day, you have the perfect platform for getting some insights on what topic is trending through the interactions with Alberta. And thereby, the customers, they write the requirements themselves, and they do that hundreds of times per day. And with this solution, then it's never been easier for us to be close to our customers and even deploy what they want several times a day. And you can say working agile is perfect for this. It's the ability to turn on a dime for a dime. So how did that go? Well, After 2 months, Alberta was able to answer more than 80% of all the questions. Today, she has had more than 70,000 conversations, and she keeps the success rate above 82%. Last month, we had a big storm in Denmark, and of course, that happened in a weekend where our customer service is closed. But Alberta, she answered more than 2,000 questions during that weekend, and that was a solid proof that she was there for our customers when they need a quick answer. It takes courage to turn things upside down, and it took courage from our management team to give their go to launch a chatbot with very little content, because it also meant providing a less good solution for the customers who used the chatbot. But imagine we had spent months on adding thousands of intents that were of no use anyway. Feedback from our customers is that they are surprised how well Alberta performs. We suspect that chatbot used to have a bad reputation. However, with the underlying AI technology, Alberta only gets smarter when more and more answers and content is added, and makes her able to recognize the intention from what our customers are asking. Technology is not all, though.
And I'll just talk about the next part here. For the challenge for us was that our customers didn't expect Alberta, our chatbot, to be able to help them. And why should they? They are perhaps biased by other insufficient chatbots. And after all, it's just a robot, not a real person. And considering the company history, as you've heard, our types of customers are mostly inexperienced using chatbots, and therefore they still prefer to call us. One wouldn't expect a slow-moving, conservative insurance company to invest in next-generation tech for customer service. And that brings us to our key question. How do we nudge and motivate our customers to use and adapt Alberta? How do we tell them that Alberta is actually a better and more efficient solution to their problems? This situation reminded me a bit like the cash registers in IKEA. I mean, you can see there are two types of registers, a new type of self-service and classic registers with employees. IKEA must then decide what kind of nudging the customers need to motivate them and choose self-service registers. Those customers who use Alberta are pretty satisfied. However, we also receive challenging feedback from our customers who doesn't want to talk with the chatbot. Instead, they ask for personal service, and they are willing to wait in line for it for a very long time. Of course, expectations matters. You know that Netflix and Airbnb has no personal customer service. So how do we shift the customers' expectations toward a digital and more accessible service? Our approach was to experiment a lot and use the chatbot as a sort of receptionist on our website. Customers aren't then given easy access to our phone numbers, but they have to use Alberta to redirect them based on their needs and questions. Sometimes the chatbot helps the customer and solves the problem through a series of questions. Alternatively, the chatbot provides the customer with a phone number. That way, we also get valuable structured data and insights on customer needs before they proceed. On one side, this experiment has reduced the number of calls to our customer service. However, we also use this experiment to learn how to nudge our customers and how to change their behavior so they feel more motivated to start a conversation with Alberta. There's one important lesson though. One size does not fit all. As an insurance company, we often talk to customers involved in tragic events such as car accidents, divorces, or deaths in family, or very complicated events such as buying a new house. Therefore, we must adapt to the customer scenario when they engage with the chatbot. When is a joyful tone of voice and emojis appropriate? And when should we be formal and immediately offer a phone number to a real person? Generally, we use emojis and tone of voice to support the type of conversation. Emojis can help the customers to easily recognize topics and thereby read less. It can also be used as kudos for the customer's action to boost the feelings of success or positive life events, such as buying a new dog. And just to give you a few real-life examples here, this customer had just bought a new tone of voice, emojis, and then a practical guidance afterwards. This next example, this is a customer whose bike is stolen. How annoying. Alberta then responds slightly less joyful, but with empathy because of the inconvenience scenario. And this last example, very tragic. A customer's husband just died and needs to know about the insurance situation. Alberta is then formal, objective, and immediately directs the customer to our employees for personal service.
So one thing is the direct benefits we can offer our customers with Alberta, convenience, but another thing is the advantages we gain from the data generated by the chatbot. As a machine learning engineer, I always try to explore how a data source can be helpful in predictive models. And if a customer has chatted with us about leaving us or chatted with us using negative wording, then we can use that information to predict if a customer is likely to leave us in the future. Similarly, a customer chatting about a certain product and showing interest in that product could be an important input when making a product recommendation. And through the data generated by the chatbot, we also get insights about our customers' current needs, and we get them in real time. An example of that is how COVID and the use of face masks caused a lot of broken glasses since people had issues with the masks and their glasses. With knowledge like this, we can be proactive and advise targeted customers about risks and safety measures so they can hopefully avoid those damages. Recently, we finished a phone call transcription flow, so we now have access to phone conversations in text format rather than sound files. On top of that, we've created a topic model, and this enables us to see which topics generate the most incoming calls. Those topics would, of course, be nice to get more chats on instead, so we can hopefully minimize the amount of the more resourceful incoming calls. This way, we can also measure the effect of the chatbot and show our stakeholders that the chatbot actually reduces the load on our call center. And this is quite nice for us as we try to be as data-driven as we can. Alberta is also a stepping stone for us. We plan to offer AI-driven voice bots to our customers so we can handle requests by telephone outside of opening hours. And as we now have experience with both chatbots and transcription, we are confident that we can build those voice bots within a pretty short time. Not only do we want to be there for our customers when accidents occur and they need us the most, as we've done it for 230 years now, but we want to help them avoid accidents in the first place. This is a big shift in approach, and it takes extra effort to put the customer first, because for every new technology we introduce, there's new behavior we need to account for in order to make the customers use our new solutions. We are in the process of moving the boundaries of what our customers can expect from us, and we are not there yet. But with the mix of courage and experimenting with agile methodologies that has enabled us to turn things upside down and learn and co-create our solutions indirectly with the customers, It will enable us to give the best customer experience while exploring our further journey into conversational AI. I hope the past 20 minutes or so have showed that anyone can make a great chatbot within short time, and that you don't have to be a startup to move fast and get it up and running. Thank you for listening.